man. Lafonte Johnson, Baltimore. Shorty, man, was the goods, man. And Shorty one of the few, and I won't get your perspective on it, but he one of the few dudes I can think of. I always give a trivia that I say was the only player in the D.C. Baltimore area that won the championship in high school, public, private, and prep. He won 3 joints.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And, Lafonte, Tay played with us.
Right.
But something about Baltimore, man, they was known to create these little special players, what I mean?
Right.
And when Coach Goody, brought him up here to us, man, I'm like, wow, this little guy's the truth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we had some pretty good players, but he came right up here, man, fit in, did his thing, but he was special, man.
Right, yeah.
Live from Tez TV, I'm your host, Tez Dean. You see who I got in the building? You see who I got in the building, Charles Sykes. What's up, King? Speak to him.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
Well,
Appreciate you having me on the platform.
We here because we talking about LaFonte Johnson. You know what I'm saying? This is a short video that we doing right now. This is part 1, and we're gonna peel this onion back a little bit. Now you played with LaFonte for a while, right? In high school, you was around during the glory days. But before we even get there, let me give y'all a little backstory on LaFonte Johnson. LaFonte Tate Johnson, West Baltimore, stand up. Emerson Avenue, stand up. Listen, y'all. When I talk about him, he got a special place in my heart when I speak on LaFonte Johnson. This is a man that don't like to talk about what he did and his accomplishments that he had. He may ain't go to the NBA. That's not in everybody's cards. But what we're going to talk about is what everything he done before. You know what I'm saying? So let me get started right here. Like I said before, he's from West Baltimore, Emerson Avenue. Now, Emerson Avenue around this area, when you talk about point guards and guards, I'm talking about it was heavy at the time. You got your Reggie Johnson out there. I call him Baby Tony Delp. I mean, I could give y'all a whole list of names, Audie and Dion. I can keep going, but I don't even want to disrespect. I only want to disrespect everybody because I know I'm gonna miss some names. However, now LaFonte 13, 14 years old going into high school. And the reason why I bring that to people's attention, because I have to. Because a lot of times, even today, is a lot of reclassification. You got to do it in middle school. And I'm not going to go on a tangent. But back in the 90s, it was going down, but it wasn't as popular as it is today. So he's coming in at 13, 14 years old. Now, when he's playing against coming into high school. Grown men. And guys, upperclassmen, 15, 16, 17 years old. He's playing against these guys. Now, he ended up going to Towson Catholic. However, people don't know he was almost at St. Francis. Yeah, he was almost at St. Francis, right? Now, we're going to talk about Prospect Hall because they was recruiting him too. They was recruiting him too. However, he ended up at Towson Catholic. You know what I'm saying? He ended up at Towson Catholic. And shout out to Coach Mike Daniels and shout out to Joe Conley. Special shout out to Joe Conley.
Hey, Joe, my man. Special. I love that dude, man.
Now, Tom, before I pass you on the mic, right? I highlight Joe Conley, right? Because I felt like at this time, them two, they had something special. When I mean had something special, the workouts and what he had Tay on, the handles, the jump shot, all this at a young age, the vision, all this at a young age, it was something special. And
Joe was a master at that training before it was even training, Taz. He was a master at that training.
Now, I post something right here, y'all, if y'all can see. If y'all can see y'all see this article right here, right? Y'all can see that article right there. Now, LaFonte Johnson at this time, he was 15. This age, this we call it the circuit. Right now, they call it EYBL, things of that nature. You got your Carmelo Anthony's, the team Melo. You got your team Terrell. You have all that's what that was back in those days, right? So he's the top 50. He's the top 50 freshman at this time. Reason why I'm bringing all this up, right? Because you're gonna see. And we're going to get into it, how the school and himself, you know what I'm saying, because he got to take accountability for it too, how that hurt his rankings. Coming into high school, he was on a track that he probably playing that game his senior year. Now, I'm gonna pass you the floor real quick. Before I get back on it. Now, Tay freshman year, Todd, you was a sophomore at this time. Can you tell the people? Can you run the people? Can you get the people what was Towson Catholic like, culturally wise? You know what I'm saying? Because you come from East Baltimore, he come from West Baltimore, but that's in the city. And Towson Catholic is a private school in Towson, Maryland. Right?
Predominantly white too.
Yeah, predominantly white. Can you give the people a little vision on that, and then also we can go into the season, how the season progresses.
Yeah. So look, like you were saying, Towson Catholic predominantly white. So he recruiting Coach Mike and Joe. He grabbing players like you said from the circuit. Me and Tay had played each other in the 12-14 game that year. Lost to Tay in a game-winning shot. As a matter of fact, Fest scored. And then Tay took it up. Fest celebrated too early. You know, I love Fest. That's my bad, but he celebrated too early. And he took it up and scored. You know, Tay took it up and scored, hit it off the bank. So I knew of him, but I didn't really, know like he was the goods like he was. Once you, it's different from when you actually playing against somebody, yeah, you see, but then when you actually get in the gym with him, you really see it. But you like, oh, damn, this my, like, he really is that. Like, you can hear the rumors, but being a hooper, it don't matter what nobody's saying. You got to see it for yourself. They got to show it to you. And then you like, okay, he official. And that's how it was. But all of us I'm coming from East Baltimore, smack dead in the hood. He coming from over West, smack dead in the hood. Then we got to go up here and mingle with, people that we ain't never really been around like that all our life. Right. You know what I'm saying? I played baseball, so I was around it a little bit, but it was totally different in high school, and then we wearing shirt and ties and stuff. Man, none of us went with none of that. Then Coach Mike made us wear the ties to the game. Right. Now, so we damn near hiding in the bleachers and shit. Because we don't want nobody to see us with the ties on. That's how much of a culture shock it was to us. We would laugh and joke about it. Like, man, we got to sit over here with this shit. As a matter of fact, it's been many a days me and Tay sitting cracking jokes before the game on each other. Like, look at this shit, joking about how we didn't have to switch our whole style up just to fit in and come to that school. And then on top of that, we still didn't really fit in. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part about all of it. We did all of that to fit in and didn't fit in. Now, so you fast forward, go ahead.
Now he feels as though he said up there that he don't really think that the staff really took to him.
I was about to get into that. That's what I was about to say. That's exactly what I was about to say. On top of that, okay, like they had their picks, like especially towards my senior year. Now they love me, a couple of them, I should say that. But the same ones that mess with me, even though me and Tay was like this, we 24/7 we was around each other. But the same ones that like me didn't necessarily like him, and I feel like he got a raw deal a couple different times because this was this one lady up there that taught algebra. Her name was Miss Latori. I'll never forget this white lady. She would appear to be nice. Hey, how are you? All that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? She would appear to be nice, but every time she got one of the basketball players, she would fail their ass. You know what I'm saying? And keep them off the keep them from being eligible to play. Well, somehow Tay got her twice.
Wow.
So and mind you, when you up at that school, you're supposed to be able to pick your classes. And so there's no way in the world that Tay picked her. They threw him in that class. You know what I'm saying? And I know this because they tried to do it to me my senior year. They tried to get, and I told them, hell no. No circumstances give me that lady. No, because I know with the type of stuff that she was doing. And she was I'm not going to say purposely, man, but it just seemed awfully funny that, a lot of the hoopers couldn't hoop because of this lady. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that was, and then she would smile in your face and, I got you this quarter. Fuck you mean you got me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got me. You failed me out of this class, so I can't continue to hoop. Talk about you got me. Now, mind you, and Tay worked hard. We had what they call the Jeremiah program that Joe used to run, that we would go to after school, and he would help us, like, with our schoolwork and stuff. Tay used to work hard on the schoolwork, so it wasn't like that wasn't the case. It wasn't like he wasn't putting in the effort and all of that other type of stuff. This lady was on some other stuff, So in the beginning, he had to miss some of that time messing with her. I think it was her. And then fast forward, once he was also dealing with that, but then on top of that, like I said, Towson Catholic was losing a little bit at that point in time. Yeah,
your freshman year, y'all was a young squad.
Right. We had me and Steve was the same age. Tay was a year younger than us. So, but Steve came in as a freshman. I came in as a sophomore. Tay came in as a freshman as well. So the dudes that was there, they was automatically looking at us as if we was coming in to take their spot. So it was a lot of animosity towards us when it should have been animosity towards the coach. He the one that brought us in and recruited us. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And he was openly talking shit to the players that was there before. Like, yeah, y'all don't do this. Yeah. Somebody gonna take this spot, So it would create a whole lot of animosity. But I ain't gonna lie, to me, that made, me, Tay, and Steve even tighter. Yeah. It made us get even closer because it was like, oh, okay, these niggas against us. When we not on the court, everything cool. But the minute we step in the court in front of the coaches, it was like, it was a whole lot of like, little stuff. And I remember like, little beefs and, dudes getting ready to scrap and stuff. But I ain't gonna lie, I love that shit. So I was like, and Tay did too. So it was like, let's do it. So that ain't do nothing but make us even closer for like, and now men, all of the dudes that was there, they all they like family now.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was something that all of us kind of had to go through, at that time. And Tay was one of the main catalysts because Tay was held up so high before he even got there.
Mm-hmm.
So they was already, they seemed like they was kind of upset with him. And then I think because he was held high, I think the teachers and the staff, they kind of caught wind of it. So they was on purpose, kind of extra hard on him on the grade tip. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole lot of stuff he had to go through.
Now, people, do y'all hear that? Now that's tough. You know what I'm saying? You 13, you 14, 15 years old, and you going through home and at school. So it's like, where's your safe haven? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Where's your safe haven? But now let's move on a little bit. Talk about that season. As far as what y'all finish up that season, and then towards the end of the season, what was the if you can remember?
This was the freshman year, right?
What was the message sent to the underclassmen after that season?
Well, I think we finished up. I know St. Francis was the number one. They had Mark. Mm-hmm. I think Big Sean was there too then. Yeah, he was. And Big Sean was already shining. You know what I'm saying? So they had Mark and they had Fonzo, who was a monster too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they was low, period.
That was a nationally ranked team that year.
Right. That was that. So okay, we finished up. I think our record, we probably was like 500, but it was like third or fourth for the Catholic League though. That joint always stick. So we was like third and fourth that year. But what happened was like I said with Tay, I think with the academic stuff, when he first came back from the academic stuff, I don't think that they threw him right in the starting lineup right off the top.
Okay.
And I got a good view because I wasn't starting at the time. I'm coming off 6th, 7th man or something, right? Mm-hmm. So this is my sophomore year. I think Steve was coming off like right before me. You know what I mean? So none of us was really in the lineup. So we was kind of watching the dudes that was there prior to us that we was beefing with in practice like that. They was getting a chance to, hold on to the joints or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So eventually, Tay come off the bench, he killing, right off the top, fit right in. Straight. Man, floor gentleman. The dude's special, period. It is what it is, and I don't do no hate. You know what I mean? I call it spade a spade. The dude's special, yo. And I saw it early. Once we started practicing and stuff, I was like, oh. Now, mind you, you got to remember, I'm coming from playing with Fetch, too. Yeah. So I know another special nigga when I see one. You feel me? Because we know Fetch was special, too.
Right.
So I'm looking at the whole situation like, I'm thinking like, they talking all of this. This thing ain't going to be all that. Because I'm coming from playing with Fetch.
Right.
But then when I seen him, and I get to playing with him, and we develop that chemistry where, sometimes he at the top of the key and he look at me, let me know, like it's coming to you. And I'm like, God damn, in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck this nigga gonna get the ball to me? He break the whole joint down and up in the air, dishing it behind his back to me. Easy layup. I'm like, damn, So he jumped right in the game doing this type shit. Playing against top level competition too, yo. Prospect Hall, when they had Nate James and
when they played. Hold on, let me before we go, let me run a list down. Because I had to write it down just a little bit. Let me some of the names.
Jason Caple.
Yeah, some of Ronald Carey.
Yes.
He played as Teddy Dupay. He played against the Keon Doolin. This is all not all in y'all season, but this is the list. And Joe Conley can back me up on this. Ron Carey, Teddy Dupay, Keon Doolin, Steve Francis, even as a freshman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the boy was
and he was holding his own. He was holding his own against him too. I remember Tay playing against Khalid Alamid. He probably didn't even tell you about that.
See?
You know what I'm saying? We was on a Super 50 joint, and he was holding his own against Shorty to the point where, now look, we on an all-star team. Mm-hmm. Now they had Lamar Odom, Khalid Alamid. They had the other dude from Rhode Island that could touch the top of the box. This dude caught a oop on Warren, yo, took the oop out of his hand. Now, mind you, our team stacked. Warren on our team. Bear was on that joint. It was a bunch of us, right? I wasn't even getting that much burn on that joint. The team was so thick. You feel me? Tay was in the starting lineup going against Khalid Alamid. They beat us by like 15 or something. But at the end of the game, Khalid Alamid was giving Shorty his props. And Tay was young. He was like a freshman or a sophomore going against Shorty.
Now, I'm glad you said that. Khalid
Alamid was on his way to Connecticut.
I'm glad you said that. Because you know what? That's this tournament right here, you guys. Yeah. He was the youngest one to play in this 17 and under joint. And not only that, he had, it's where is it? 14, he averaged 15 points and 14 assists. It's right there, y'all. It's right here. It's right here. 15 points, 14 assists. But carry on.
Yeah. But like I said, fast forward back, he wasn't starting right, but he was so good immediately when they put him in that eventually, they started starting him. You know what I'm saying? Towards the ending of his freshman year, and he started shining. And then from that point on, his sophomore year, he took shit over after that.
Now this one is going into a sophomore year. This one I met Tay, right? This one I met Tay. Play with Bill Spots. I'm gonna go play with Bill Spots.
Yeah.
And we go down to Bob Gimmons.
Yeah.
We go down to Bob Gimmons. He start down there. This one I was like, the same thing how you was. Like now this is my first time, like you hearing that, but this is my first time, like, I'm like, oh my God, he great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because you can hear about it, but like I said, you're a hooper. When you a hoop and you good, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what you was putting the door and saying. So it's like I said, when you a hooper and you can play, like you got hoopers that's hoopers, and then you got hoopers that can play for real. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. You know what I mean?
To it.
It's levels to everything, right? So you're a hooper that can play. You feel me? So when you hearing all of this about him, it's like, yeah, whatever. But when you see it firsthand, it's a big ass difference, yo. It's a big difference. And that's how what the nigga handles. To me, I'm gonna keep it 100. Out of him, Stink, I'm trying to think of like the best handles that I done seen. Shorty up there. He might got the best handle. I've seen him doing drills, yo, with Joe, where he going dribbling through 3 different people and shit. Like, I mean, yo, you couldn't do it in the gym by yourself. It's like type shit like that. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, but he's super humble with it. Like he ain't really, talking about himself. Like, man, it's crazy. I can give you a couple different stories. There's one joint. I don't want to jump too far ahead, right? But one joint, like I said, I'm going to my senior year. He going to his junior year. We out ACC camp, Atlantic Cape Camp, New Jersey. Individual joint, right? Now they had the all-star team where, now it's packed out there. So they had the top 40 and then they had the top 20. All right, I made top 40. He made top 20, right? Check it out. They had a dude out there talking shit. So they had our all-star game was before that.
Right.
I played, then I go check him out, right? Now mind you, just like we on the same team, but it's individual camp. They had a dude out there talking shit. I mean, he was talking a whole bunch of shit to take. Yeah, something. I think he felt like he was going to scam, but we was all on the side, like, man, you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we and I was right there. Hey, yo, you good? Like we straight was like standing there. We was 10 toes down on the sideline. So it was like he already knew, but Tay really wasn't saying too much back. The dude was popping up. Man, the game kick off, man. It was one point in the game, Tay coming to him, boom, 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 I mean, all between his legs. The dude go to make a move. Tay pumped like he was passing it, rolled the shit around the dude's head. The dude turned all the way around like he was looking for the witch call. Tay took the joint and shot the motherfucker. Man, when I tell you, the people on the side, Tez, when I tell you the people on the whole joint went crazy, mind you, this is the top 20 in the whole camp. He's doing this type shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think Razoo was in that game. Razoo Butler. I'm trying to think. It was a couple different people that
it was top 20. I guarantee you it was all the New York guys.
Yeah, and some Philly dudes, because
Philly.
And Razoo and them, It was. I mean, but the dude that was popping his shit was supposed to be that dude. Man, Tay embarrassed that nigga out there, yo. He embarrassed him.
Now this is on the circuit. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a witness to him slaying things. Now let me tell y'all this. The guy was top 50 at one point. Coming in, he was top 50. Everybody not getting an invitation to NBA camp at that time.
Yeah, he was.
That's it. Only know about him and Fest in my class. They got that as a sophomore.
Yeah, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
That's only NBA. You get an NBA camp invite. That's only the top 20, 25 kids.
Yeah, yo.
You see what
I remember Tay telling me about the head dude, Tom Kachowski, right? We at Eastern camp. That's another joint individual. Tay knew all these people from ABCD camp. He knew them all already because he went up there and performed. You know what I'm saying?
Man, tell people about ABCD camp. It's All American camp.
Yeah, All American camp. He went up there already and performed. Mind you, we talking. Like I said, I'm going in my senior. We going in his junior. We went to Eastern too. Eastern camp. This was after that the top 20 joint. He put on another show out there at the top 20 joint out there out Eastern. And it's nothing but All Americans out there. One of them played with Al Harrington, right? Okay. Played for St. Patrick's, light skinned dude. That was ended up being my man. I think that Jermaine Clark. Yes, that's him. That's him. Light-skinned dude. Was the truth, right?
Yeah.
Me and yo was super cool, right?
Yeah.
We was hanging
Jermaine
together
was
a lot of
cool.
days.
Shout out to Jermaine.
Yes. Look, check it out. I met Joe through Tato.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Tay knew all of these dudes already. They was calling him. I'm trying to think of the nickname it was, but it wasn't nothing that we was calling him in here. They had nickname Shorty for busting niggas' asses out there, yo.
That's when Tay had that phony. That's when he came back with that phony ass Stephon Marbury partner's head. Yo, that's he had that Steph partner's head. Listen to Nas all the time. That's what it was.
Yeah, well, I'm a big Nas fan too, so that's how we used to vibe though, yo. That's when he came back with the partner and said, "Them niggas, let me tell you, them niggas was on him, yo. Them niggas, and mind you, we talking about other All-Americans.
Right.
They was on Shorty, like And in my mind, I'm just sitting back, like just engaging, like scooping all of that shit in, like, man, this dude out here killing like this, and this nigga on Tay, like, you know what I'm saying, like. Yo, it was crazy. But that's how nice your was, yo.
Because we just now talked about the summertime. Now we're gonna rewind this thing down. His sophomore year, your junior year, Keith Jennifer, freshman year.
Right. That's when
Damon Hawk still on y'all team?
Hawker was on my sophomore year. I think he was a senior though. I think he was going to be a senior. I can't remember if Hawk still was on there. Hawk dunked everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I played with Tay for a minute though. So I think he was on that team that year. Though. Yeah, I don't know. I think Hawk might have been on my junior year because I had surgery. Yeah, Hawk was on the team my junior year because I remember I never came back the same. Remember I was telling you about that. I never came back the same. And I remember dunking on a nigga in practice and Hawk running up on me like, yeah, he back. Blah, blah. I never forget that. So he was on the team my junior year.
Okay.
He was on the team my junior year. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But see, this my junior year is when Tay and Keefe job took over though. That was Keefe coming out party, I think, was up Douglas.
Okay, talk about it.
All right, check this out. Now we going up Douglas,
this
right?
TED TV. Like, subscribe, share. You can get exclusives here.
We going up Douglas. I never forget this too. Douglas is ranked in the city, I think. Mm-hmm. Chucky had dropped like 50 on somebody or something like that in the pit. We seen all of this before we go up
Chucky and Dominic in the backcourt.
Right. And he had Keamy. Right. Keamy on the wing, right? And he had some other big dude in the middle. I forgot the dude that played. Lee was already gone. Yeah, because he played down. One of the dudes played down Oliver because I knew him because he was talking shit the whole game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He played down Oliver. I knew him and shit. We was matched up against each other. He was talking big shit the whole game and shit, right? Now Keefe, we going up in there. It's packed house. I'm talking about standing room only. They had to walk us through with the cops and all of that crazy shit, right? Mm-hmm. We go up to some type of and change up. Yeah, upstairs and shit. We ain't never been up in there though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We go up some little ass room and change up, right? We go up there, change up. We come down on the court. Niggas on the sideline, the fans and shit. They talking big shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, yeah, niggas, some. You niggas, job threatening us, all that type shit, right? So we laughing at it because, all of us is from them same type of spots. So all of our homeboys came to the party too. So we job laughing at it like, man, ain't nothing real. Y'all niggas ain't gonna really do that because we got niggas out here too. So, it was, but like I said, we coming from, how when we first got up there, how niggas ain't really rock with us like that or whatever, practice super thick. So we like this type of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So people don't even know, man, we got kicked out of our team. We went to a team camp that same summer, ACC team camp. We got kicked out of that shit for fighting and shit like that, right? We was only there a week, yo. The whole team get kicked out. But 4 games, we get kicked the fuck out of the camp and shit. Mind you, and the dude loved us, but, it was too much stuff coming around with us. And it wasn't even us starting. We was just out there with the team's ass and talking shit like how we do.
was on some Baltimore shit.
We was on some Baltimore shit. Exactly. So fast forward, we up and down. It's super thick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's thick. Game going back and forth. Next thing you know, Tay hit him with a move. Boom, he kick it to keep hit a jump. Bang. Then eventually we start which nigga come down the middle. I block the shot. Boom, kick it out to Keefe. Keefe go down the joint. Keefe, first time he banged it. In the game. Uh-huh. It was the first time he had ever banged it too. So we going off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I think Tay broke the one dude down, come hit a tray. So the crowd going crazy. Now, of course they busting back too. Chucky was killing. Kimmy was doing him. They had 3 was doing what they were supposed to do. Like, I ain't gonna sit there and say like, we was killing them or whatever. No, it was a game.
Oh yeah, Chucky gonna get his buckets.
Oh, he was getting his. Yeah, Chucky was getting his. Like I listen. I ain't gonna try to deny none of them. Kimmy was doing him too.
And
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kimmy gonna try to bang that. Gonna try to bang.
I think he did get a bang though. I think he did. I think he went down. He got a dunk. I think he did. I can't remember. It was like, and it was in traffic. Like it wasn't no fast break joint either. You know what I'm saying?
Kimmy
like,
trying to embarrass you out there. This whole shit was trying to embarrass you.
Them niggas was official, yo. Them niggas was official. But we ended up beating them, right? I think we ended up beating them by like 16 or something like that. I finished with like 19, 20, and like 8 rebounds. I think Keefe had like 18 or something, or 20. I think Keefe was the leading scorer. Tay was just out that joint. Yeah, Tay was out that joint facilitating. No, Tay was the reason though. Like I said, Keefe took over on the scoring tip. Me and Keefe had. I think Keefe was the lead. And I think I was like right behind him or whatever. And then Tay was right after that. But Tay was the assist man though on top of that.
Now the love that I had with them, Keefe and Tay, right? Because I heard the story, and Keefe will tell you, listen, man. What did he say? It might have been his junior year. He be like, yo, I let the team in score him, but I let the team in score him because everybody put so much attention on Tay. But we can get there. We can get there.
Yeah.
You still got it. You still got it. Now, let me ask you this. Now, how the year start? As far as, did he start on time?
No, he ain't start on time that year either. Every year. It wasn't one year that Tay started on time. And I think, like I said, I think that year he had Miss Latori. Where, and I ain't just blaming it on her or whatever, because there was a couple other teachers up there, but I know for a fact this teacher right here was getting niggas on a regular. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we coming from a whole nother environment. So it's like, we don't understand what's going on for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we look at it
culture
like,
shock at the time.
Exactly.
We could talk about it now, but people wouldn't say it as a culture, it's a whole culture shock. And especially, I'm gonna be honest. Tay was taking care of Tay at that age.
Early. Oh, I know.
So when we saying him, when we say we talk about Tay starting late, we talk about him starting the season late, meaning that he's not qualified to play due to his academics or whatever the qualification, whatever the disqualification was.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there, that hurt him as far as rankings. That hurt him big in basketball as far as rankings.
It was a couple joints he missed that was scouts there to see him too.
See?
In the beginning of the joint, in the beginning of the WitchCon, there was a couple ones he missed. Scouts was there to see.
See?
You know what I'm saying? And they was telling him, look, such and such will be here to see you. And he couldn't do nothing but just like John put his head down because, it wasn't nothing he can do. You know what I'm saying? I kind of felt bad about that shit too, but at the same time, it was like, ain't one nothing we could do either. You know what I mean? Because the same lady tried to get me too.
Right.
So it wasn't
and y'all peers at the same day. Like y'all
at the same time,
This one, the adults. This one, and I'm not throwing nobody throwing no shade at nobody. However, this one, when adults pull to pick you up. No, this is what you're doing, what you not doing.
Right.
Not being your friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And I believe a lot of that happened. A lot of that happened to him, and people meant well because a lot of times us growing up, you had other people doing the same thing. He taking care of themselves just like he was. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like it's the product of Baltimore City. Some people wouldn't understand. That's a whole nother conversation that we could get into. But we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. Now that sophomore campaign, his sophomore y'all junior campaign, that's when y'all start ringing bells. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that's
my senior year.
Yeah, it was like, all right, Towson, y'all hear what's going on with them?
My sophomore, I mean, his sophomore year, my junior year, we lost to Mark and them in the quarterfinals right before the finals in the Catholic League tournament, right?
Right.
Now, Mark killed us, right? Now, when the game was over, right? I'll never forget this too, right? Because Steve was guarding Mark and shit, right? And Steve go hard. You know what I'm saying? That's my nigga. I love him to death. You know what I mean? He go hard though. I remember he was doing some old, I'm gonna hit Mark there. I'm gonna do this. So Steve was doing whatever he had to do to try to stop. You know what I mean? But that shit wasn't really working like that. You know what I mean? Mark was still doing his thing. Yo, I'm gonna keep it 100. He was still doing his thing, yo. But like I said, I guarded Mark too before my sophomore year, and
I read the article. I read the article, and y'all double and triple team Mark all game. No, he still finished with 25. Sean had 21 because y'all was double triple teaming.
Mark, I was helping out that game on Steve, and he kept going. Yeah, I mean, sweet passes. Mark was the shit, but that we can go on to that for days. Like everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So make a long story short, when he at the end of that game, I never forget this shit. Coach Mike came in there and gave us a speech. We upset, right? We all in there. Even though it was St. Francis, we like fuck that. We were still gonna give them out. They ended up beating us like about 20, I think, or some shit. But we out there playing as hard as we can. They still fuck us up, right? So we upset. They come in there, and I never forget this shit. They come in, Coach Mike come in there, Joe come up in there. Coach Mike look at us and say, listen, the Jordan of high school basketball is gone now. So we looking at shit, and we like, huh? He like, yes, the Jordan of high school basketball will no longer be here no more. So we ain't got to worry about that next year.
Right.
And everybody started laughing like, you talking about Mark? And he was like, hell yeah. I say all that to say, it prepared us for that next year. That's why we were so hungry. You know what I'm saying? Because we felt like we didn't have to deal with Warren Dixon. You know, Kelvin Hall back then, you couldn't breathe on them boys. You know what I'm saying? One time Kelvin Hall shot 30 free throws against us.
I'm not even gonna hate. I can be honest now. I used to be a little jealous of y'all. Reason why I was a little jealous, this shit seemed like it just seemed like it was more star-studded. What I mean by that, because I used to come to some of the Sunday games. You know what I'm saying? I sneak in there, especially when y'all had y'all Catholic League tournament, because I love y'all pizza.
Oh man,
it's always good. However, every team had these one or two players.
Yeah, stack. Even my senior year, yo. Like now, people don't realize, yo. Mount St. Joe was stacked, yo. They were stacked, yo. I'm trying to Torrey. They had this other dude, Big Sean. You know, he's 6'6" in the middle. It was another dude, man. Like they and Coach Crabtree, yo.
Torrey,
he was a great
Sean Johnson.
Yeah, Sean Johnson. It was another dude they had too. I mean, they had a nice squad, yo. They had a squad. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the team. Then you got Spalding. You feel me? With Big Dirk. You know what I'm saying? You got Dirk Snowden. You know what I mean?
They was young coming up at this time.
Yes, but they was already getting their props though. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a matter of fact, the beginning of the season, we was all tied with the same record for first place. And then Sean and them beat us, and they had the best record for the first bracket. Like they did the Catholic League 2 halves, like the first half of the season, then second half of the season. For the first half, when they beat us, matter of fact, it was the article that you put up when Sean was blocking my shot. That was the game that they beat us, and they took sole possession of first place for that first half of the season. Me, us, and Spalding was tied. You see what I'm saying? So then, yep.
Go ahead, I'm listening. No, I'm
so
listening.
Then you fast forward.
Right now, I'm going back in my head.
Yep.
Because I'm like, y'all got, and the newspaper was loving y'all. Y'all had got a lot of press. Y'all got a lot of press. I ain't gonna lie. It seemed like, at least y'all had about, at this time, y'all had what? Towson Catholic, St. Francis,
St. Joe,
Spalding. I'm trying to think all the teams that y'all had in the top. This was in the top 10 and top 15 in the state. I'm not in the state.
Gibbons was good too. Gibbons was good too, bro. Gibbons was good. Yeah. And Garetti. Like it wasn't no weak teams for real. Not my, especially my senior year. All of them could get down. You fuck around, go up in Garetti and lose by 20 with all white boys like 6'4", 6'5", running the hell out that Princeton offense, back screening the shit out. Man, I'm telling you had to talk on defense. You go up in there and you look at them, you like, oh man, we gonna beat the shit out of these boys. Nah, son. They shit weren't like that, yo.
Now, let's go ahead. It's Tay junior year. Your senior year. Let's run it. Let's keep get the people from start to finish. First of all, we're gonna start off again. He was ineligible. Tay was ineligible, right?
Yep.
The games y'all played, what was up? McNamara, what team?
Yeah. We played about 3 or 4 games without him. I think we played like 3 or 4 games without. I think we was like 2-2 without him or something like that, because we started off slow. Like it was one game I still remember where I was the leading scorer with 11 points or something. You know what I mean? Like that, we only scored like 39 that game. I think I had a third of the points and shit. But the team only beat us by like 4. So they scored. I think we scored 39 and they scored 43 or some wild shit like that. But we didn't have our offense. We didn't really have a point guard. Like we needed Tay. You know what I'm saying? To keep it 100, we needed Tay. And this is before Keefe started coming on strong. Before Coach Mike even started like really letting them go. Because I think he was trying to shackle Keefe a little bit at first. You know what I'm saying? Just that's just how Coach Mike was. You gonna shine. You gonna earn that for him to really trust you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Keefe was still beating. Plus, Keefe crazy. Keefe crack jokes on him right there in practice when he telling them shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. I ain't lying. I love that nigga. You know what I'm saying? The then Coach Mike be showing him something. Keefe started cracking jokes on his head right there, in front of him, Start talking about Coach Mike fingers and shit. It was crazy. Coach Mike, man. I love Coach Mike too. That's my guy.
Yeah. But I'm thinking about his son, because the first thing that Keefe said, come here, look at Mike Jr. head.
Yes, Keefe was insane, bro. Keefe was crazy, yo. I'm telling you, he would be cranking on dudes in the middle of the game, all types of shit. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to Tay, right? We needed Tay. You know what I mean? Keep it 100. That point blank period, we needed Shorty to run the show. He come back, we take off, yo. And then after our first big game that we won was against St. Joe. And I never forget it, because I'm on a line with a 1-1. I think I told you about that. My and Tay looking at me, You gotta make them. And I got you. Meanwhile, my heart in my shoe. You feel me? I'm shaking on the line. I cannot miss this shit. You know what I'm saying? I end up making both of the free throws. We win by, I think, 1, right? So everybody, we you know, because at that time, they hadn't really ranked us like that, but they had already ranked St. Joe.
Right.
So when we beat them, it was kind of like putting us on a map. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then after that, we took off. Like, because it was like everybody had a new surge of confidence at that point. We was already confident, but it was more so like, yeah, we can do this shit up in this Catholic League. We winning this shit. And that's how our mindset was after that. Like, yo, we ain't taking nothing short. Like, we winning it. We felt like we could beat anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Now, because I'm hearing all this, at this time, we hearing all this from afar. But everybody, the city paying attention to what y'all doing, because it seemed like
right. Because we was watching y'all too.
Yeah, it felt like it was a fresh thing. And imagine, this is the thing. I played with Dunbar before Tim Lyles. You played Towson Catholic, Lafonte Johnson. Now, both of them didn't think about each other. You know what I'm saying? But they both was tops.
Hell yeah,
top
rivals
dudes,
too. You know,
right?
Yeah.
Both were top dudes. So you know, we gonna pay attention. We gonna pay attention to see what Tay doing. You know what I'm saying?
Doubt.
Like, you gonna look at that paper.
It's only right.
Now, I had to look at a few box scores that I'm gonna post. You know what I'm saying? He went off against Gibbons. He gave Gibbons, I think, give him about 28, 30. No, 20, was it 26?
Yeah.
28, something like that.
He went off the first time against Gibbons, and then I went off on him the second time. Me and Keefe the second time. But even when we was going off, even when me and Keefe was going off, like, I don't know if Keefe gonna tell you this, but I'm gonna keep it like Keefe, of course, was getting his. Keefe nasty handle. Keefe was nasty. Period. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, yo, when we was going off, it was coming from Tato. Like, he was orchestrating all of that shit, man. Like, real rap. Yo, Shorty was that good. Like, you know, so, you know, and like I said, I don't know if Keefe would tell you the same thing, but that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? He was orchestrating that shit. Like, even when we was getting off, it was easy. I think the second time when we played against him, I dropped 27. I swear at least 10 of them points came from Tay assists. I'm talking about easy, you know, easy money. Like, you know, he breaking niggas down, get you to me. I'll finish on a nigga. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Easy stuff.
The wrap around king.
Oh, my God. Up in the air, too, though. Yeah. Wrapping around behind his back to you and shit. You don't even know how the ball come to you. Niggas jumping all in front of you. Man, I know you know.
Let me ask you this. Because when we talk about the hands up, and we understand people been playing basketball for a long time. You understand basketball been out for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. And I'm not.
One nobody fucking with his head.
But we talk about that. Melo put it on a platform that he had everybody working on it now. Melo put it on a national platform. Yeah. But Melo know where he got that thing from.
He stole it from Tay. Listen, check this out. And this is no lie. And I don't know. And, you know,
shout out to Melo, because it's not a knock, but it just it's
Melo, my dog, yo. I love Melo.
People don't understand
you know
what Tay was, man.
But let me tell you though, this is no bullshit. Melo, my dog. You know, Melo was on our team my senior year. They pulled him up. He played with us.
No,
right?
I know that.
Yeah, they pulled him up. They pulled him up his freshman year. You know, Melo also traveled with us when we went to that team camp, right? So Melo and Tay were super close. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Tay told you this, but they was real close.
Yeah.
In my opinion, from looking from the outside in, I think Melo job like looked up to, you know, to Tay, because Tay was a little bit older.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Melo, exactly. And Melo was running point two, right, from Mount Royal before he came to us. That when Joe was recruiting him, he was recruiting him as a point.
Right.
Right. So all of the little stuff that Tay was doing, I would see Melo doing it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So in my opinion, I'm like, oh, that hands up. Yeah, Melo put it on the national scene, but I saw it first, the mean hands up. I'm talking about, I ain't just talking about, no, you know, that I'm talking about, just like we said, there's levels to it, where you got niggas jumping and you ain't even put the ball in two hands to take a shot, shit like that. That was Tay first, man. And Melo crafted it later. You know what I mean? Like, he was doing it. I'm not taking nothing from Melo. Yo, I think Melo Hall of Fame. You know that? Yeah. Come on. You know what I'm saying? But from me looking from the outside, I saw watching Tay. And, you know, that to me, that they was close. Tay like had him, like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and he perfected it, put it on a national stage and shit. But Tay was doing that shit early, man. I'm talking about having niggas jumping and, you know, making them look stupid out there, yo.
Now, before we gotta get into this 10-point at Mount St. Joe game. Now y'all go in.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me going in, because you telling me already that y'all confidence went skyrocketing, but now y'all going into that Catholic League tournament now. This was all y'all probably been talking about since y'all got there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's the change of the guard. St. Francis not there. Like, talk to the people about that game.
Oh man, look, check this out, right? Now we going into that game right there, right? We feeling like we gotta win it because I think it was like a tie or something as far as the regular league winners, because we ended up with the same record or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we going in there feeling like we gotta win it. And I'm gonna keep it 100. And no disrespect to no other team. We felt like we was the best team. You know what I'm saying? Like in general, like, you know, niggas felt like we was the best. So in our mind, we like, okay, this is we got to beat all of these niggas to make it to where we gonna go. So Mount St. Joe game, in the beginning, Mount St. Joe used to always play us like man to man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Strong man to man help side. They would throw a low zone on us, but it was a lot of times it was man to man. Okay. Well, that's how we saw it. So we prepared a lot for the man to man. Lo and behold, we get out there off the rip, they doing a zone ass. Mm-hmm. And they won't let me catch it for real. Like in the paint, everything had to be short corner. Now, mind you, I'm already giving up at least an inch or two on Sean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and then I got Tory guarding me and shit too, and who we know is a dog. You feel me? Man, Tory used to battle 24/7. Shout out to my man. That's my dog right there.
Right.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So okay, now they doing that every time I catch it anywhere near. Boom, 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 double team, right? Mm-hmm. So eventually it started being where they dip it in and I kick it out real quick.
Okay.
I dip in, kick out, boom. Tay hit one of them joints, right? We do that a couple different times. We hit like 2 of them, right? Now, mind you, I'm over the first half. I ain't scoring shit because every time I catch it, it's like 3 niggas on me, right?
Okay.
So the perimeter had to do it for real. Tay hit like 1 or 2 on the kick out, right? Mm-hmm. Or from me catching it in, then throwing it back out, boom, boom, boom. He hit like 1 or 2 on that. And then after that, the nigga caught fire. And it was all she wrote. It was all she wrote. And I'm gonna tell you how humble Shorty is, though. I'm gonna tell you, and this is why I got so much respect for yo. Mm-hmm. All right, he dropped, man, he must have hit about good 6 or 7 threes, man, the first half. Mm-hmm. I mean, he caught fire. It got to the point where he was coming down, boom, 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 in and out, cross, and then pulling. Like shit like that. Like, yeah. It wasn't even an offensive set for it. He was that hot. Yeah. Now, all of us, we all love each other. So
hold up, before tell people about the range too. Because I know he shot a deep one. I know he shot a couple deep ones.
It was a few
doing that back then too. Wasn't too many people doing that.
Yes, but then on top of that, I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't seeing nobody else pulling it that deep except Bear. You feel me? Bear was the first one that I seen. Bear was like Steph Curry before Steph Curry. Like, you feel me? As far as how deep
hold on. Omar too, though. Omar Smith.
Oh, yeah. Omar too. That's another one. One. Right. I can't forget. Oh, shout out to that's my dog too. Yeah. Right. Them two was the first ones I started seeing like pulling it like that. But Tay had added that. Tay and people don't know that Tay and Bear used to work out together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know that though. You know what I mean? They were so busy trying to you know how Baltimore is trying to put them against each other, but them dudes love each other though. Yeah. You feel me? Them dudes love each other, like legitimately love each other. They used to work out together. Right. You feel me? So Tay was adding on that range where Bear was, adding on them handles.
Right.
You feel me? Them niggas was helping each other. Iron sharpens iron. Right. You feel me? Right. They was helping each other. So Tay, man, when he got hot, man, it was a couple times he was coming up pulling that shit deep, yo. I'm talking about no plays, no passes around. He was on fire. You know what I mean? Letting it ride. And mind you, this is in front of standing room only up Goucher. Like where they had to call the fire department and shit. It was that packed in that joint. And he putting on this type of show. Check out how humble the shorty is. Now, mind you, like I said, I ain't had no points. Right? I ain't had no points at the time. So I'm like, God damn, man, championship game, I can't go over. You know what I'm saying? But my man was doing this thing so much that I was like, fuck it, long as we win. Right. You feel me? So check it. Let me tell you what he do. We in the locker room. It's halftime. Mm-hmm. He already got like 20, right? At least 20, right? He already got this. Now, he comes to me, he comes sit over beside me, yo, we got you this half right here. And I'm looking at him like, you got me? I'm thinking in my mind like, nigga, you scorching. You feel me? So I say, yo, see, keep doing what you're doing. No, fuck that, yo, we got you this half right here. We got you. So I'm looking at him, I said, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sure enough, first couple plays, boom, 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 he could have shot it. He could have took the chance. They running a play for somebody else. He run his own shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Break the dude down, dish me, get me on the board. At the down, hit me in the short corner. I hit low jump. Bam. I'm like, so I'm thinking in my mind like he's going out of his way to get me going, yo. You feel me? I think I finished with like 14 and 10 that second half.
You know what I'm saying?
From him pushing, force feeding me the ball. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a way that he's doing it that it don't look like it's out of control.
Yes,
or it looks sloppy.
And he finished with 30. He still got his. He finished with 30. You know what I mean? He had like 10 threes, I think. I think he broke a record or some shit. You know what I mean? 10 threes in a championship game. He finished with like 30. 10. Yeah. See, I knew it was something like that. He finished like that. But like I said, went out of his way the second half to get me involved in the game, yo. And it's crazy because, you know, like I said, he was hot. The whole team was like, keep feeding him. But he was smart enough to see, I'm going to need my other players and shit as well if we're going to take this shit home. You know what I'm saying? At that time, my mind wasn't working that way. My mind was like, shit, he can do it himself. Shit, we just going to, but that wasn't realistic though. And he was sharp enough to see that at his junior year. He knew that already. You know what I'm saying? And I was sitting there like, damn, you know, later on, I was sitting thinking later on the shit night that we win, we celebrate and go home. I'm sitting back thinking like, damn, this motherfucker knew like, I need to get everybody else involved if we gonna beat these boys. You know what I mean? And sure enough, man, that's what he did, man. It was crazy because then after we played them, then we had to go up to Towson and they had a play-in game to Alhambra where we played Sean and them. You know what I'm saying? We had it because I think they gave them the regular joint the for the record. Like it was even tied, but I think they might have got it by default, like of a game or something like that. Okay. It was something like that. But then we won the tournament, so then boom, we had to play in to see. They didn't want to send two teams. And I think back then they were sending two teams. They were sending Mark and they were sending Warren. Okay. You know, from Calvert Hall. But this year they didn't want to send two teams. So we had to play in. Whoever win the whole joint. And mind you, this up Towson, this standing room on. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this game was super thick too, you know, and I never forget this game. We looking at each other. I mean, it was one point we was down in that game. We ended up coming back. We looking at each other. That's the one thing that people don't realize about Shorty. Shorty was a warrior, man.
Yeah, he ain't gonna give up.
He was a warrior. He was a warrior. And he'll look at you and be like, yo,
let's go.
Let's go, T. And I'll be looking at him. Hell yeah, let's do it. It's like, you know, sometimes nigga put the battery in your back. You feel me? When you like, oh,
sometimes let's go. All the time. Yeah.
Yes.
Gonna make you play up to another level because you like, oh, all right, I can't lose.
You don't have a choice. You feel me? Like if you don't step up to his level, he's looking at you like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I didn't have a nigga ask me before, man, T, what the fuck? And I'm like, damn, you right, yo, you right. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me get my shit together. Yeah. That was the type of floor general he was, man. You know, I rank him up there, yo. I'm telling you, yo, like, you know, he my favorite point guard I ever played with. You know what I'm saying? Too.
I say it all the time, man. Fest, we won't go back and forth. But he thought I was going to be biased. And I said, yeah, I am biased, but I can back all my shit up when I talk about Lafonte Johnson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I love Fest. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I love Fest, yo. We used to call each other soul brothers and shit, medium soul. You know, he would call Sean Big Soul, call me medium soul, and he was little. That's my dog, yo. I fuck with him heavy. But like I said, if I had to say, you know, who was my favorite point guard, I would definitely say it was probably Tay. You know what I'm saying? Because and it's hard to explain it because it ain't no talent drop off. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
You know, ain't no talent drop off, but it's just kind of, you know, your preference. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure Big Thug played with Tay too, and he played with Fest. He gonna say Fest. Oh, I know. I know he is. He loves Fest. I know he loves Fest. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I couldn't knock him saying Fest. You feel me? Like if a nigga be like, oh yeah, Fest was this, and this, I can't knock that because Fest was great. So you can't knock it. It's just a matter of preference and opinion. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I would take Shorty. You know what I mean? Just a matter of preference. That's it. But I love Fest too. Like I don't get it. I love playing with Fest too. Like people would say Fest was going hard, but to me that shit wasn't going hard. That nigga was doing what he was supposed to do. You know what I mean?
And looking back at it, if you couldn't stop him, why not?
Come on.
Was scoring guard at the time, and he could pass. It just they had to trust you.
Let me tell you something. Fest used to look at me too at the top of the key and tell me the ball was coming through. Fest was doing this at 12, 14. When we was young, he would look at me and be like, the ball coming. And I'm looking like, how the fuck he gonna throw the ball through all these niggas and shit? And the next thing you know, that motherfucker end up in my hand. You know what I'm saying? So he could definitely pass his ass off. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, he passed that shit to you and you fucking up. You ain't getting that motherfucker no more.
Right, you ain't getting that bitch back. Now look, before I end off, right? Because this is just part one. And leading into part two, let me break it down a little bit. My man Todd, he finished all Metro first team his senior year. This is the junior year. Hey look, and they got my scoring wrong in that all Metro too. But I didn't want to say nothing. I was like, all right, cool. We gonna go with 15. I average more than that shit. But I was like, cool. It don't even matter. You made still on the team.
That's how I looked at it. I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking 16. I average like 18, 19 points a game. I'm like, the points matter. But you know, it is what it is. You on that team. You on Lafonte made
that first team that year. And it's only hold up. I want to say.
I think it was like 6 of it. Or you got
y'all
me.
two, right?
It was just us two from Catholic League.
Yeah, it was just y'all two.
And
Now,
Sean.
Now
Big
going
Sean
into,
was on there too.
you graduated and going into that summer, Lafonte Johnson gets puts out of Towson Catholic. We gonna get into that in part 2, a Ted's TV.
Yeah.